Yo, what it is, YouTube? Is your boy DC coming back with another bullseye video here today on the channel. Happy New Year's to everybody here on the channel. Let's get back to the work. New year, same old Nick. We're gonna be dropping these gems today.
Put the fire on, I put the fire on. Them brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way, yeah. Even when we aren't hardly talking, I wanna expose all your secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now don't know I'll take you out of here.
Take you out of here.
Okay, so you guys don't forget, today we're going to be using the decapitator plugin in a bunch of different ways. Probably going to be throwing it on mix, bus, vocals, showing you how I love to use this dope, versatile saturator and how this is going to be my primary weapon of choice going into this New Year's. So if you guys do like the channel, don't forget down below, check the links. Go ahead and grab a vocal preset, book a mix so you can get your tracks to sound pro just like this, or a plugin preset. So let's get to it right now. The decapitator plugin is an absolutely incredible plugin, a very versatile saturator, but we need to understand a couple of the things here. Every saturator plugin, the fundamental is the drive. Okay, it's like a human being. Depending on how hard you smack that jit upside the head, that will also, change the way it reacts. Maybe the jit might just laugh it off, like, oh man, stop playing with me, bro. Or maybe he might just hit you back even harder. That's kind of like overly driving it, okay? And then you have the punish mode, which is like the way you beat a signal up. It can also really flatten it. Like if you beat somebody up, you pummel them, you flatten them out, all right? So the most important thing with the decapitator is knowing the drive section and knowing the modes. The first one is the A mode, okay? A, like the Ampex, all right? And when I think about that, I think of something like I think honestly, the first plugin that comes to mind is the Kramer tape. The Kramer tape is what comes to mind, right? Because the Kramer tape is a very well-known mastering tape, known for bringing some of that good clarity. So let's play around with both of those plugins so you can see how it gives the beef to the track.
Put the fire on, I put the fire on. Them brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way, yeah. Even when we aren't hardly talking, I wanna expose all your secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now don't know I'll take you out of here.
Take you out of here. Open up your map, show me where you wanna live. Touring Europe by your crib. Ice on my wrist, they call me Sia. They said that they feel it. Used to be the wicked, now I'm feeling wicked. Put carrots in my earrings, rolling with some.
So it adds a little bit of body and it adds a little bit of fat. It goes to the all-you-can-eat buffet with the whole mix. Let's try the Kramer tape. Now, what I prefer about the decapitator over the Kramer tape is you have the parallel knob, right? And also the Kramer tape, because it's a tape plugin, it will take off your high end. Versus with the decapitator, it kind of really won't do that.
Put the fire on, I put the fire on. Them brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way, yeah. Even when we aren't hardly talking, I wanna expose all your secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now don't know I'll take.
So here it kind of removes a lot of the top end, right? So like the low pass filter, you can extend it all the way up to 16K, but just the overall nature of tape is gonna, roll off a little bit of top end, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I prefer to use the decapitator on the master bus, all right? And we're gonna save that as a preset. It's gonna be one of the first free presets of the year in the preset pack, and we are going to be naming it MixLikeNix, okay, decap a master, and that's going to be in a free preset pack down below. We already back to giving the gems. Okay, now the E mode is more something like the EMI from Chandler, all right? So there is this plugin called the Chandler Zener limiter, okay? And this is kind of like modeling a little bit of that distortion, all right? So just know the EMI, the A is the beefy. Now the E on the buffet is something that's a little bit more, it has a nice bit of a crunchiness, okay? Imagine it to be like a deep fried Popeye's shrimp or something like that.
Put the fire on, I put the fire on. Them brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way, yeah. Even when we aren't hardly talking, I wanna expose all your secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now don't know I'll take you out of here.
Take you out of here. Open up your map, show me where.
I put the fire on. At this time, label me and Brody as pioneers. Even way before COVID, dream I want getting there. Seen the 4 leaves of clover, my luck was always there. Get your wife bend the rover, she needs to pay your debt. And I'll keep stunning on him, wow, wow. It's like these bitches keep on selling only fans now. But I ain't judging you and how you get your bands on. Yeah, fly a private, I'm indecisive. Up here I feel alive because this guy ain't got no trident. Stuck in my old ways, whipping with no.
So you hear what mostly benefits is like the crack of the snare, okay? The crack of the snare and the crack of like those other things, you know, that really benefits it. E, crunchy, master, all right? That super duper benefits it because it helps the mid range, it helps a little bit of the high end, like the 808 kind of distorts now a little bit, but still in a relatively musical way. Let's try this one. I'm not too fluent in this one, but I'll give it a try.
Fire on, I put the fire on. And brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secret.
Yeah, see, the thing about this one is it's really not that easy to use on the master bus. I got to bring the input down.
Fire on, I put the fire on. And brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to fire on, I put the fire on. And brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. Fire on, I put the fire on. And brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now done, now I'll take it out of here. Yeah.
So just tapping that a dB here, I might have to say that as a fucking preset, boy. This shit adds a nice little bit of color to the track and shit like that, all right? So that's another great thing with the E master. Then you have the N, which is supposed to be modeling a Neve. And you know, usually how I would use this is I would just maybe do like something that's a little bit warmer in the top end.
Fire on, I put the fire on. And brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now done, now I'll take it out of here. Yeah. At this time, label me fire on, I put the fire on. And brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now done, now I'll take it out of here. Yeah. At this time, label me and Brody as pioneers. Get your wife bend the rover, she needs to pay your debt. And I'll keep stunning on him, wow, wow. It's like these bitches keep on selling only fans now. But I ain't judging you and how you get your bands on. Yeah, fly a private, I'm indecisive. Up here I feel alive because this guy ain't got no trident. Stuck in my old ways, whipping with no license, dressing in Dodge.
That's like a really super warm style master. And I mean, just the only thing that it would remind me of is just distorting something like a Neve plugin. Or sometimes what you could even do too is you take just like a Neve and you just put that directly. Let me see if I got enough core processing for that. All right. You just take like a fucking Neve and you just put it on your master fader. A lot of people wouldn't do this, but yeah, this is a good sound too.
Get your wife bend the rover, she needs to pay your debt. And I'll keep stunning on him, wow, wow. It's like these bitches keep on selling only fans now. But I ain't judging you and how you get your bands on. Yeah, fly a private, I'm indecisive. Up here I feel alive because this guy ain't got no trident. Stuck in my old ways, whipping with no license, dressing in Dolce, feeling like your highness. Get your wife bend the rover, she needs to pay your debt. And I'll keep stunning on him, wow, wow.
That shit's really good. That shit just makes everything fucking hit harder, bro, with this Neve, because it has the transformer, it has a saturator. That's like that smiley face EQ curve. And luckily you can even, I feel like this Neve right here on the decapitator is a different sound. It's a different sound from the Neve 1073. It's another one. I think it's like the Neve 10, the Neve 71, or it's a specific one that really isn't modeled very frequently. All right. So then we have the the benefit of all that added warmth and stuff like that. So let me see the user presets: E, decap A, E, N. Okay, and now we have T, and the T and the P is obviously modeling the plugin that I have finally acquired, which I should have been required. Is the UAD Culture Vulture. All right, and the culture vulture is beautiful because the culture vulture, you got to understand, T is the fatness. All right, that's gonna give even order harmonics. That's the triode tube. Of course, triode tube does get a little bit of odd order harmonics, but for the most part, it's even order harmonics. All right, pento tube is more odd harmonic focused. All right, pentode 1 and 2. All right, and that will change rigorously. So just know that the T will make it fatter, and it'll also give a smoothness, but not as smooth as the Type A.
Get your wife bend her over, she needs to pay your debt. And I'll keep stalling on him, wow, wow. It's like these bitches keep on selling on you fans now. But I ain't judging you on how you get your burns up. Yeah, fly a private, I'm indecisive. Up here I feel alive because this guy ain't got no trident. Stuck in my old ways, whipping with no license. Dressing in Dolce, feeling like your highness. Brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed reef is on the way, yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets.
So you see how, like, in general though, when you're using these, you can't really hit it upside the head. You could hit it harder on individual elements, but on your master fader that has a lot of volume, you can't really, push it. You can't really push it too hard. You can't really shove that dollar bill into the vending machine when it's on your master fader. You could shove the coins in there, which is like the smaller elements in the mix, but you can't shove the whole dollar bill because it might not accept it. Like when you put a dollar bill into a vending machine, sometimes and you shove it too hard, it says, nah, I'm not ready. It spits the dollar back out. It's the same thing. So in this situation, Type T mode benefits from not driving it at all, just tapping it just ever so slightly. Okay. So T mode master, and you keep it subtle, all right, and that you see what it's doing. You see what it's doing for the high end, especially.
Brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed reef is on the way, yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's not done, now I'll take you out, yeah.
All right, and the culture vulture, let's compare that. I mean, the culture vulture, main thing you get on this thing, for me personally, I got my own. I think this is the default preset. Is it? No, it's not. This is the preset I have right here, and I just pull parallel mix knob back.
Brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed reef is on the way, yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now done, now I'll take you out, yeah. At this time, label me and Brody as pioneers. Even way before COVID, you man weren't getting there. Seen the 4 leaves of clover, my luck was always there. Get your wife bend her over, she needs to pay your debt.
And bro, that's crazy as fuck. You hear what it especially does for like that clap too, though. This is why I mostly use this plugin on drums, but listen to the clap though, low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing makes things just really like full. It makes it feel 3D almost, like it's actually in your hand. In P mode, of course, P mode, I just go for like a Playboy Cardi Eats type of sound.
Put the fire on, I put the fire on. Brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed reef is on the way, yeah. Even when we are hardly talking, I will not expose our secrets. And we can fly to France, Berlin, London's now done, now I'll take you out, yeah.
Take you out of here, open up your map, show me where you wanna live. Touring Europe by your crib. Ice on my wrist, they call me Sia. They said that they feel it, used to be the wicked. Now I'm feeling wicked, put carrots in my earrings. Rolling with some savage.
You hear like that waveform is distorting, especially on the low end. It reminds me like Yeet and Cardi. That's what I go for the P mode.
Put the fire on, I put the fire on. Them brothers are just featherweight. We smoke and we just levitate. Detailed rave is on the way. Yeah. Even when we
You know what I'm talking about, that sound where the whole mix just distorts. I'm not even gonna show that sound on the actual Culture Vulture because it's just the same sound. It's just flat. It's just like the wave, the low end is distorting. It sounds really mucky. But hey, that's a very popular sound nowadays that the kids like on TikTok. So if you guys do like this video, hey, don't forget down below the preset pack, you'll see the link. Check out the website in general though, okay? You might find something. Also, join the channel membership if you want to see videos nobody else has seen. Down below, comment more video ideas, okay? And I will see you guys next time on the channel. Peace.